Don't know if anyone is here. Probably not. Is someone here? People are here. Are people here? Can people comment? Is this working? Can you hear me? These are things, questions I'm asking right now. Hello? It's telling me there are people here. Hello, Cat the vegan artist. Can people hear me? Cool, Cardiff. I don't know if I've ever been to Cardiff. Just like someone to confirm that my voice is actually coming through and I'm not just miming at everyone. Hello? Good. That's good. Thank you. At least one person is responding to me. So technically, I'm not properly starting for another 3 minutes. I was just seeing whether it works. I'll probably tweet again. That's what people do. They tweet things. If I can work out how to do it. I'll do it later. So how are you since you're here? Hi. This is really weird. Hello, David. Should I call you David or David Vogt? It feels weird talking to someone in person. Okay. Good evening. It is a good evening. So people seem to be coming in now, which is cool. Is there anything in particular you'd like me to talk about? Anyone or David is just fine. I'll call everyone by their first names unless they object, because that's faster. Am I the only one finding this really weird? It's just because I'm just blabbering and then. Yeah. So I don't know if everyone knows. All the 5 people watching know that I recently moved to Edinburgh and started a new job. That's going well so far. I have my Scottish cow because I'm in Scotland. It's called Fergus. But that's not really relevant. Yeah, so I've just had my first week working, which is interesting. I'm glad to finally have something to do during the day. But other than that, I think it's going fine. Today I was doing bills and things, which is interesting. Well, it's not really interesting. It's very boring talking about bills, but I was doing them. I mean, I felt very adult. But yes. And it's quite convenient that I'm in Edinburgh now because the ACE Visibility Conference is happening in a few weeks in Edinburgh as well. So I am conveniently placed to go to that, which will be cool. And thank you, Peter. He's a cute cow. He was very expensive, but he's so fluffy. And he's got like a tartan scarf. What? Yeah, neither did I until I visited and all the shops had, I'm replying to David right now, Highland cows, they're called, in them. And there's like, I don't know if there's a festival. On the back of this bus, there was just a picture of this Highland cow. It was weird. Yeah. So apparently they're a thing. Sorry, I'm shaking so much right now. I'm very nervous. Or it could be cold. I don't know. Maybe on both. Yes, cows and tartan and bagpipes is what I've gathered so far. Ooh, that's, I don't know. It's photos of the calves. I'll look up. I'll get to the temperature in a second. Highland cow calf. Oh, they're so fluffy. Oh, I do like cows, or any animal really, except for ants, maybe. Oh, cool. Wait, now there's loads of questions. I left for like 5 seconds. And hi, Franco. It's good to talk to you. Temperature. The temperature it's not too bad at the moment. It's been quite sunny today. There was some drizzle. Earlier in the week, it was raining quite a lot, but now it's not. I quite like the cold though, so that's fine. That's why I moved up here to escape global warming. That was my plan. No, it wasn't really. As far as I know, people in Scotland are allowed to, or they're allowed to eat cow meat. I don't know if there's anything against it. I don't really eat any red meat. I never grew up eating red meat, so I wouldn't know particularly if they have it in the shop because I don't look for it. But yes. Wait, how can you have Scottish Highland cows in the Netherlands? Though surely they're Netherlandish Highland cows, unless someone brought it over. I don't know. But yes, I think I've answered all the questions there right now. I am probably going to do a proper Q&A for 500 subscribers, which is actually coming a lot faster than I thought it would. The last few days I've got a random influx of subscribers, and I have no idea why. It may be. No, I've got no idea why, but that's happening apparently. So I'll do a Q&A then, but that's a secret. No, it's not really a secret. That's true. Imported the cows. They should be imported everywhere because they're amazing. Just everywhere, cows. Except for that they're bad for the environment. They fart methane. Is there an ace group in Edinburgh? As far as I know, I haven't seen any. I looked on the Meetup app, and I don't think I saw any, unfortunately. But there might be like an LGBT plus society or something that has an ace part to it. I'm not sure. Yes, and with the Pride and coverage of Pride, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to make a video afterwards talking about my impressions of the ACE conference. I'm not going to film during it because I want to be there and enjoy it for myself without having to worry about filming people, especially since I film on this horrible a camcorder, which is not very good quality. I need to get a camera at some point, but at the moment I don't have the money to spare. Well, I do have the money to spare, but I don't like spending all my money. I like having lots left over. But anyway, I'm blabbering a bit, and there's lots of things happening on the chat. Am I going to speak on the ACE conference? Maybe. So I am volunteering for it. At the moment, just helping with maybe the registration desk and stuff like that, and helping with a bit of the organizing. But if they don't find enough people for the Queer Aces panel, then I'm going to fill in on that one and talk from the perspective of being a homo-romantic ace. But they're looking to find a gay bi /pan and a trans ace to talk on the panel. So if that happens, that would be quite cool, but I'm not very good at public speaking, as you can tell. Yes. Well, I suppose I could found I suppose I could found a was an ace group in Edinburgh, but well, definitely for the moment I don't have the free time because I've just got a lot of I'm just moving in and I'm getting used to living and having to do all the things that you have to do to live, like eating. That's a weird thing to say. But yeah, maybe in the future. But the organization of that would take a lot of my time, I imagine. Cowspiracy, a documentary from you explains how bad cows are. Yes! Did I? That's the thing. I like cows, just as animals, but yeah, they are bad for the environment. Poor cows. And also, I've been considering switching to a vegan diet, or at least reducing my consumption of animal products, just because of the effect that has on the environment. And I'm very conscious of that, and I don't want to live selfishly. So I've been one at a time, kind of switching some things to vegan products because I don't want to go all at once, especially because I want to have a diet that one I enjoy, and two is sufficient for my body goals, let's say. But anyway, enough of that. So yes, I've had oat milk, which is actually quite nice, but it's because I used to have semi-skimmed milk, which isn't as fatty as regular whole milk, and the oat milk's a bit fattier, so it's nice, but I can't have too much of it. Anyway, David, have you been talking to the organizer of the conference, or how else were you able to volunteer? So, yes, I have been talking to the organizers of it, but on the initial registration form for the ACE conference, there was a tick box saying you want to volunteer, and then you put your email down, and they emailed you about volunteering, and yada yada. I got into talking to them via that. So yes, now I'm just playing with the cow. Oof. Yeah. There was a tweet thing, sorry. An insufferable hipster. I don't mind being an insufferable hipster if it's good for the planet. I have many non-hipster things that I do as well, I imagine. Yeah, I'll look into that cowspiracy thing. I tend to get the graphic footage. I'm fine with humans being mutilated and killed brutally. Animals, not so much. Interesting. Yes, Pride events. I am going to Edinburgh Pride, which is the day before the ACE conference. I just have. They arrived today. I have my gay badge and my ACE badge, and I'm going to wear them on something. And then I'm going to walk around doing whatever you do at Pride. I'm not really sure. I've only been once and that was the London Pride, and that was good. There was a lot of people, especially because the football, the World Cup or whatever, was on. At that time, but anyway, yes. Oh, oat milk is so cheap to make yourself. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. I do like making stuff myself. I have a bread machine and something else. Yes, my black ring, which is why I did this. I was multitasking, responding to multiple questions with non-verbal communication. Yes, I will wear my black ring. I wear my black ring every day, just because I like to. It reminds me that there are other aces and that I'm not a complete weirdo. For being ace, I'm a complete weirdo for other senses, like blabbering on. And David, what does one do at Pride? I think there are generally like, well, one, you watch the parade and you're like, yay, it's a parade of people, and I'm happy. And I imagine there are like events on during the day, like shows and people talking. Last year, I was with my boyfriend at the time, and his company had a party, so I was at that party at the time. So I didn't really do anything else other than watch the parade and go to that party. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I did have a plan. Yeah, introverts. Yeah, this is when I normally in a video I would just take a moment to compose myself and think of what I'm going to say. But now I don't have that thing because you don't want to look at my face for 10 minutes while I think of what to say. You could just put the cow in front of it. Yeah, it depends on the city as well, I think, because obviously London is probably one of the biggest Pride events. So maybe not the best place to go if you're introverted, but there are quieter places. You don't have to be in the center of it all the time. And I imagine Edinburgh Pride would be smaller than London, but obviously still quite big because Edinburgh is still quite a big city. Sorry, I was just my phone's thinking. Since I tweeted about Tinder have added a sexual orientation option, or in the process of adding a sexual orientation option to the app. So you'll be able, and that includes asexual, which is why I tweeted about it. So that is cool, yeah, in my opinion, because it is very difficult for our romantic aces who want to date each other, to find each other, and having that that thing where you can have it so it preferentially gives you other aces. It's going to make it a lot easier, especially given the user base of something like Tinder, for aces to find each other to date. But yeah, since I did that tweet, my phone's been blowing up with notifications because people have liked it a lot and shared it a lot, or retweeted. That's what it's called. It's annoying because like every social media thing has a different word for the same thing, and it's really annoying because you have to remember what they all are. But anyway, back to the questions now. I've finished my train of thought. Cake, yes, lots of cake, probably. I need to make a cake at some point. I haven't made a cake in a while, but then baking is a very precise activity. I have all my scales, but if you get something slightly off, then it all goes to pot. Yes, there is an app called ASAP. It's, as far as I know, it's not exclusively dating. So it's a general social network dating friend app thing. I haven't tried it out myself, but it is something that I'm going to do at some point when I start dating, because I have a plan. I have a plan, and it involves multitasking and going on like 4 dating things at the same time. So that should be interesting. But anyway, yes. Sorry, I should say what I'm reading, so you're not just staring at me. I was just reading David's one of the. That's probably the biggest obstacle for that. Now I'll be getting the word out if there's an option now. I imagine it will, just because Tinder's quite a big thing, and being Pride Month, there'll be lots of stuff about gay things and ace thing. Hopefully, ace things. There seems to be a growing amount of inclusivity of the ace community within the LGBT plus, what do we call this? Community. Too many communities. All the communities. I don't know. I like multitasking. I can get more things done in a shorter amount of time. Although I'm not currently multitasking, unless you can count fidgeting with my ring. But then I'll feel rude because I'm talking to 5 people simultaneously. That in itself is multitasking. How are the Scots? The Scots are very nice. As that's, I haven't met many people, to be fair. I haven't socialized outside of work, but yeah, everyone seems really nice. And Scottish, I really love the Scottish accent. It is amazing. And yes, I'm just saying that preferentially I would get a boyfriend who's Scottish, and then he have a Scottish accent, and it'll be adorable. But as far as proudness and braveness, I have no idea. I don't know if I've ever watched. Well, I've obviously watched films with Scottish people in, but I've never thought, that's a Scottish person. That's how a Scottish person must act. But yeah, I'm just going to be leaning on Fergus for a bit because I can. But yes. Also, Edinburgh, or Scotland in general, has lots of hills. And where I'm from, everything is flat because I'm from the Midlands. And yeah, so driving here is terrifying because you have to do hill starts all the time. And the only time I did hill starts in where I was from and where I learned to drive, we had to go to a specific place to do hill starts. And now there are hills everywhere, and it is terrifying. Yeah, it's a 6-hour drive from where I am to Edinburgh, where I was to Edinburgh, which wasn't fun because the longest drive I'd done before then was to Bristol, which took about 3 hours. So it was double that length. But to be fair, it was along the A1, which is a pretty main road in England, the whole way, or pretty much the whole way. So all I had to do was drive on a single road and not fall asleep. So it wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. At least there wasn't any horrible tiny side roads with like walls, and then lorries come through and then you've got no space. Then you crash and die and explode. Not that that's ever happened to me, obviously. This is really interesting watching the viewer count. It's like 5 people, then 6 people, then 7 people, then 2 of them leave, and then 2 come back, and I don't know who they are because no one's talking. I drove up with my mum for moral support, and if I needed to switch over, but I didn't. I drove all the way, so that was fun. Also, it must take ages to drive there anywhere in America because everything's really far apart, isn't it? The population density, at least, is very low compared to the UK. And there deserts and things? Deserts. Also, I have no idea where Phoenix or San Diego are. My geography in England is bad enough, let alone America. If it's not hot in Phoenix, though, then that's a misnomer. Just saying. I think we've already discussed this, to be fair. Phoenix is the capital of Arizona, which borders California, and San Diego is north of LA. Wow, that is very warm. I will check the temperature here at the moment. It's 12 degrees Celsius. Yes, I imagine Netherlands is quite a compact country, isn't it? I've never been. I'd like to go at some point. I like being in the cold places because, well, to be fair, it's the evening as well. So. I haven't been to many countries, and I've never been outside of Europe. I've been to Spain, Greece, France, and Switzerland. Yeah, and obviously the UK. Yay, I'm welcome. I like being welcome. It's much more preferable, Greece, than not being welcome. I need to finish my thought before going on to another one because that's just ridiculous. I wonder what these people think when they come onto the stream and then be like, ugh, I don't want to watch this guy, and then leave again straight afterwards. Anyway, Greece is very hot. I think I need to not watch this. Greece is very hot, but the water is very nice. I can't remember, to be honest. It was when I was quite young that I went, and I've been to so many holidays in hot countries. I want to go to a cold or like a similar temperature to UK country because it would be more comfortable. Like, you can't do anything when you're hot, really, can you? I don't know what this stream has turned into. I'm just kind of blabbering about whatever comes to mind or whatever people bring up, I suppose. Yeah, Hey, Italy is fun too. I just haven't been to Italy because why haven't I been to Italy? I've only been on family holidays, and my family didn't have that much money growing up, so it was quite restrictive. And Spain's always cheap to go to. France is obviously one of the closest countries to the UK. Switzerland is where I studied my third year at university, so that's why I was there. But yes, Italy is definitely somewhere I'd like to go at some point. My brother's been to Italy and it looks really cool. And yes, I don't want to go to the USA. I always say America. I think no one in America calls it America. They always call it US or States or something. But I always call it America. So I'm just going to say America. Yes. I don't want to go to America at the moment due to reasons. I won't discuss them here because politics. That's true. Isn't it like North America and South America, the continents? The United States is technically the country, I think. I don't know. Geography was something that I did a half GCSE in geography. And I don't know what I got in that. Probably not very good because I didn't try that much. And it was mostly about coasts and coastal erosion, I think. It wasn't like, here's this country. But yes. Yeah, that's the thing. I always tried to say the UK instead of England because it's more inclusive, because then you're also including Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, which is better than just saying England. And for some reason, like when I went to Switzerland and I said I was from England, and no one understood me the first time, and I had to repeat myself or say I'm from the UK. Hey, look, someone else is here. Hello, try. I'm not going to say this right. Try Tiao. There are now 9 people watching me. This is terrifying. I mean, I've done presentations with more than 9 people. probably 29, just because that's the approximate class of 30 people amount in a class in secondary school. I'm sorry. You could put it in phonetically, maybe. I'm not going to try again. Yes. But how are you, since you're now Triatial or Triatial? No, I'm gonna Triatial. No, I'm going to give up there before I embarrass myself even further. But yes, Tria. That works. I can do that. It's fewer syllables. Yay, hearts. Everyone loves hearts. But yes, I hope my face isn't too unblurry. I have a terrible webcam too. It's not. It's a little bit worse than my camcorder, but pretty much the same awful quality. Yes, it's actually quite close to Saturday now, so I could probably tell you without risking breaking a secret that I actually do have a video coming out this week, because it didn't seem like this live stream idea was very popular. So I had some free time during the week, so I was like, I'm just going to make a quick video. So, ooh, delicious vegan cake. Yes, so I decided I made a quick video. I just need to do the finishing touches on it this evening, which is essentially just adding the end screen, writing the captions. I need to write the captions because I whispered the video. It was intentional, but it's because I didn't want to disturb my neighbors, because I'm in a flat, there's people around me. And I was really nervous about them hearing me just talk to myself and do a video. So I will get used to it. But for the moment, I was just whispering. And that's embarrassing. Yes, if I ever visit Cardiff, I will say, I am visiting Cardiff, and then have some vegan cake. What did I make? I made, like, the sandwiches that I had last week. I did vegan ones. I roasted some sweet potato, made some hummus with some, made some homemade hummus, and then had lettuce in it as well. And then made my own bread. It was all homemade, and it was really nice. I've nearly run out of sweet potato though. I bought some peppers, and I'm going to have peppers in my sandwich next week. I don't know why I'm telling you my sandwich fillings. It's a bit weird. But in case you're interested in what I'm eating, then that's what I'm eating next week. Hummus is good. I like putting lots of garlic in it. Now there are 11 people. Yeah, sweet potatoes. Have you ever done a jacket sweet potato? They're really good. And I don't necessarily prefer them to regular jacket potatoes. Yes. I do like food a lot. I don't necessarily prefer them to regular jacket potatoes. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a regular jacket potato. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a jacket sweet potato, or a sweet jacket potato. No, it would be jacket sweet potato. But yes, they're both very nice, is what I'm trying to say. It just took me a long time to get there, because thoughts in head process in wrong order. I'm surprised I haven't fainted by now. Have you noticed how massive my cups are, or glasses? I like to stay hydrated, okay? Oh yeah, I imagine is the cuisine similar to Mexican cuisine? Because in Mexican restaurants, they often have sweet potato things if they're going to do sweet potato things. Anyway, So maybe that's similar. I really like Mexican food. I should probably stop talking about food because I've already eaten my tea and I'm going to make myself hungry again. South America. Okay. Yes, I ate curry. I'm stopping talking about food. Someone bring something else up so I don't end up eating myself into oblivion this evening. I'll wait. Dancing cow. Come on, guys. Give me something to talk about that doesn't involve food. I should probably think of something. Physics lecture. I've been looking up on laser physics. If anyone wants to talk about laser physics. Ask the question you've done in the video. No, it's fine. Even if it's something I've already spoken about, I'm happy to talk about it again. Or to be honest, sometimes my opinions change quite often, especially because I'm doing it every week, and people will comment about it, and it will give me a new perspective of a subject. So if it is something you're interested in and something you want to ask me, then just ask. I will talk about it. No, that's fine. Honestly. If it's something that's going to help someone, and especially if it's something that I'm interested in, then I'm happy to talk about it at length, because that's what I do. I like to be fair, I don't talk very much most of the time, especially I only talk when I feel like I have something to say. But that means that when I'm talking about something that I'm really interested in, then I have a lot to say, and I'll just go on for hours and hours and hours. But yes, attitudes towards aces in England. To be fair, I haven't, like, a lot of since I've come out, I've been at university for most of that time. Well, because I came out, I found out about my orientation in university, and I found out about asexuality at university. And obviously, universities are very liberal, is the word. Yeah, so everyone around you is going to be generally accepting of the LGBT plus community. So I don't think I have a good metric of what people in England in general think about asexuality. I imagine it's the same as anywhere else. Generally in the UK, people don't really care what you do as long as it doesn't bother them particularly. But obviously, places like London and big cities, they'll be more liberal, and that's what I don't want to be saying it wrong. I think it's liberal. They'll be more accepting, and in rural countryside areas, generally, they will be less accepting and more acephobic, homophobic, transphobic. And that's where I grew up, so there's fun. But yes, hopefully I'm going to be more involved in the near/far/mid, in the general future with the ace community and people in general, and being more visible about my asexuality. So then hopefully I'll have more clear answers for you, which can be formed in good sentences. Where is home, if you don't mind me asking? I can ask questions back. Turn the tables. North Florida, okay. Like I said earlier, US American geography is not my. No, it's fine. I imagine everyone makes typos. I do typos. It's really annoying in Twitter because you can't edit your messages. So there's been 1 or 2 times where I've accidentally misspelled something or done a grammatical. Normally, I just put a comma in the wrong place, and it really annoys me because I like grammar. And then I'm deleting this whole message and doing it again. Yeah, that's cool. Talk amongst yourselves as well. You don't all have to just talk to me. I only know the names of American places because of films, video games, and music, pretty much. But yeah, I think I've got quite a big list of names in my head because of that. Bastions of conservative poison are not the best things. Yeah, I contacted Cookie Monster. He's currently traveling Europe, but he did reply to me before then. So hopefully we can get something sorted out. We're going to talk again after he's back from his trip in Europe, and that'll be really cool to do something with him. I don't know where he lives. I think he lives somewhere in the south, though. He doesn't live anywhere near me, as far as I know. So I'll probably have to go on a really long train ride, train trip on a train. I'm going to go on a train and go to a long place, and then I'm going to find him. Hopefully, if he lets me come, say, invade his space and make a video. Because really, the point of Slice of Ace is that I'm trying to create a platform for. Well, obviously, I want to share my own story. I think it's useful for me to share my own story, especially since I'm a minority within a minority, being a homo-romantic asexual. But ultimately, the aim is to make that platform and then get people whose voice maybe wouldn't be heard because they don't have the time that I have and the motivation I have to make videos every week and build this audience. And then bring those people on so they can tell their stories in one-off things because, well, Slice of Ace, basically, the way that comes from is that I'm a slice of the Ace community. I'm only a small part of it. So I can't represent the voices of everyone. And I think the best way to improve Ace visibility and to make people feel comfortable about themselves and be happy with themselves is to hear about people like them, to hear people like them talk. So I want as many people on my channel as possible, basically, is what I'm saying, other than myself. And hopefully in the near future, I will have something akin to that. I'm trying to organize something at the moment. Yeah, that's the thing. Minorities are difficult. And I really hate. So obviously, I understand. I understand why there's a stigma towards asexuality because it's different from normal. It's unfortunate and it shouldn't be like that, but I understand where people are coming from. What I don't understand is why people don't like those on a vegan diet. Because in my opinion, it should just be a personal choice on what you eat because it's your own body, it's what you're putting in. And people should be aware of all the information. So the environmental impact of food, the moral implications of agriculture and all this. And then they should be allowed to make their own choice based on that information. And I don't ever look at what someone's eating or look at someone's diet or read about someone's diet and say, oh no, you shouldn't be eating that unless they're a cannibal. That's the one exception. Because, well, yeah, cannibalism is bad. But I don't know how it turned from being vegan to cannibalism. But anyway, and I think people just need to chill out and be nice. And at the end of, I don't know, like, someone not eating meat isn't how, it's the same, like, okay. It makes more sense to me being homophobic than acephobic, because you're actively disliking something that they're doing with homophobia. It's not right, but that's what you do. With acephobia, you're actively disliking someone for something that they're not doing, which makes far less sense. And it's the same with, like, okay, someone being annoyed at someone for being meat eating is not right, but they're annoyed at them for doing that thing. Being vegan, they're annoyed at them for not eating meat. It's like, oh well, and animal products. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, like David said, the stereotype is the vegan diet are always preachy, and then I'm just being preachy. But I'm not vegan at the moment, so I'm just I'm just preachy in general. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's your own choice what you eat, and I'm not going to judge you on it. It's also your own choice who you like and who you have sex with or you don't have sex with. So yes, and yeah, what Peter said about the stereotype that those are the ones who get noticed. It's the case of it being a vocal minority. And that there'll be a lot of people who just live their lives, eat a vegan diet, and don't bother anyone. And there are other people who actively campaign and make themselves heard about how everyone is doing the wrong thing and they shouldn't be doing this. And the thing is, if you want people to be vegan, it's not a good idea to shout at them and to say you're doing something wrong, because they're not going to listen to that. No one likes being shouted at. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about veganism any longer because I'm going to get into a whole thing, and I still have cheese in my fridge. But anyway, acephobia is dumb, David. I once had this is off topic. A music exam, and they recorded you on the music exam, and I'd written down my name on a piece of paper, and I have bad handwriting, and the examiner misread my name as David. I didn't correct him, so somewhere out there, there's a tape of me doing a music exam. It wasn't like I was talking to him, and every time he talked to me, he referred to me as David, and I just find that hilarious. I could, Franco, advertise Slice of Ace at the conference, but I don't really want to. If someone wants to approach me and talk to me about Slice of Ace, that's fine. I'm happy to talk about it, but I don't want to take advantage of the Ace conference to push my own channel, because I don't want people to feel like I'm only there to get viewers and subscribers, because to be honest, as a number, I don't care about that. I want more viewers and subscribers if they want to be viewers and subscribers, if that makes sense. Which sounds kind of silly because they're not going to be viewers, they're not going to be subscribed to my channel if they want to. But like, I don't care about Slice of Ace being successful if people don't want it to be. I only care about being successful if it's helping people, and if it has a positive influence on the Ace community and the general LGBT plus community at large. Yes, pressure and checkboxes are not good. Because, yeah, I'm not going to, I had a thought, and then I thought that's a very bad thought that I shouldn't say publicly. So I'm not going to say it, and you're just going to have to guess what it is, because that's one thing I'm never going to talk about. But yes, checkboxes. Sorry for that. That's really mean. Are bad because like everyone is different in subtle ways and more obvious ways. Trust me, you don't want to know about it. Maybe you do. You probably do, but I'm not saying it. You cannot peer pressure me into saying it because I promised myself I wouldn't talk about it ever. But anyway, and yeah, everyone has subtle or more obvious differences, just when they're born, and then past that, even when they're growing up, they have more differences because nature and nurture and all that. And what I've never understood is why people don't like other people for being different. Like, there's nothing wrong with being different. I don't know if these people just want everyone to be exactly the same, because that would be boring. Like, I don't know. Individuality is a very beautiful thing. And I wish that everyone was nice. Hey, yes, to be fair, I am afraid of the unknown. Well, kind of. I'm afraid of the dark. But the reason I'm afraid of the dark is because I can't see what's there. Which I guess is what the same thing is. So in that respect, I understand where it's coming from. Don't we all wish there was a little bit more niceness? And cows. Only not more cows, just more environmentally friendly cows. Yeah, my older brother went to the same school as me, and all the teachers that had him as a student always called me by his name, which is always really weird. But yes. Yes. Or we just ignore it. The other option is just ignoring differences. Like there's like, you could be really positive about it and be like, yay, differences are amazing. Or you can just be like, everyone's different, it doesn't make a difference. And just go on like that. I think either are fine, because if everyone can just live happily without like being bothered by anyone, that would be nice, because the world is hard enough without all these horrible, horrible things that people do and say to each other. I don't know what I'm... I think I've blabbered for ages. I'll probably go until 8 o'clock, which is in 11 minutes or 10 minutes, I'm not sure. Maybe like 10 and a half. And then say goodbye. Ah, yes. Tschüss. That's German. See, I know things. One more. Okay, so goodbye, David, is what I'm trying to say. Is that me? What am I going to school for? I assume that's me because you didn't at anyone. I'm not at school. I graduated university last year. I did a degree in physics. Now I work as an engineer. That's what I do when I'm not doing this ace activism thingamabob. This activism videos. Yes, so physics is what I did at university. Technically, it was physics of a European language because I studied French as well. And that's why I spent my third year in Switzerland, because it was a French-speaking university, and I learned physics in French, which is not as hard as it sounds, because a lot of the physics words are the same in French. No, being ace is not my full-time job. I limit myself to 1 hour, 5 days a week to make the videos. I normally don't spend that much time on it though. And it's not spread evenly between the 5 days. So sometimes I'll record a video, just record the video on the day, pardon me, and that would only take maybe half an hour maximum, depending on how much I waffle. And then I'll do the rest. I normally try to do record the video on one day, edit the video on 1 or 2 days, depending on how long the video is, and then do a day thingy. What's it called? Doing the finishing touches. So that's end screen, thumbnail. Thumbnail doesn't take long to do because I've already got all the templates. And captions, if I have time. Captions is something I need to do more of because I want it to be accessible to the most amount of people possible, but it does take a while, even with the auto captions that I can edit from. But I try my best. I'm doing the captions this evening for this video because it's only a short 5-minute one. Yes, hopefully you will enjoy that. It's nothing in particular, it's just me rambling. But yes, being ace as a full-time job would not be a good idea because that is just not having sex as a full-time job, which everyone but prostitutes do anyway. But obviously not ace is not having sex, I'm sorry. Celibacy is not having sex. But you know what I mean. Like the act of being ace. The only thing I can think of is, I don't know. I'm just saying the wrong things now. I should shut up. But yes, I have a job. That's what I do. And I'm never going to, in case another question is going to come and say, do you ever want to be a full-time YouTuber? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be a full-time YouTuber because I like having a fixed income and I don't want to have to rely on, I don't want to have to be forced to make my content profitable. So to make videos profitable, you have to do advertising. So that includes sponsorships, which take chunks of your video, and ads. That would make my videos harder to watch for people, in my opinion. And also, like sites like Patreon is how a lot of YouTubers get their income. And for Patreon to be a good and fair option for people donating, I would have to make extra content, which would take extra time. But I'm happy not getting any money for it. Like people sending me comments saying, oh, I really enjoyed this, or this was really, I can now have someone to relate to. That is enough for me. And as far as I know, that will always be enough for me. I hope it will. But anyone doing a full-time YouTube, that's great if you can do it. It takes a lot of effort, I imagine. I'm surprised you're actually listening to me talk for this long. I'm probably I don't know. Yeah. I haven't spoken for this long, and in a while, I don't talk much. Talk a lot in my head. That's okay. I try my best. I only started it because I was unemployed and bored. Yeah, I don't know. I assume you checked out like Amelia Race and all that. I know there is another homo-romantic. I think he's identifies as demisexual now. YouTuber. He doesn't do many videos on on asexuality, but I can't remember what he's called. He's got blue hair or something. Luciano. Oh. I don't know who that is. Let's look him up. Or her. Okay. I never heard of him. I'll have to check him out later. No, not Dynamo. I can't think of what his name is. Let's see. Heodamo? Yes, that one. That one. There we go. I didn't even see that one. I just found it. That's the one. Yes. Yes, Tria. That's whom I was thinking of. Grammar. But yes, I think a lot of the ace YouTubers who talk about asexuality a lot are arrow as well. But I think a lot. I don't know exactly. It's been a while since I looked at the ace community census, the most recent one. But I think a large proportion of the ace community is arrow, and no, like one reason I did it was because I was bored and I was unemployed. But also, I realized that there isn't any homoromantic asexual guys who are uploading on a regular basis. So I thought I can fill this gap and hopefully help people where other ace and gay YouTubers have helped me. So, yes. Honestly, I don't know if I expected it to go this far when I started. When I did start, I had a list. I still have that list of how many weeks are there in a year? 52. Yeah, that sounds about right. 52 videos. So I knew that I'd be able to go for at least a week. And then every now and then I add more videos to that list. And obviously I look at all your, what they called, suggestions. I don't know if it was profitable to me to do it. I've never got any money from YouTube, but I don't want it, to be fair. But anyway, I think I will be going in a minute. Like, you can get money from YouTube, just continuing on that point, but includes advertising and sponsorships and Patreon and all that. That's something I could do if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Yes. But I think I'm going to go in a minute. I will wait a couple of minutes in case any of you have any questions you're dying to ask me. Otherwise, yes, the knowledge about asexuality is very useful to me. Well, I find it interesting. It's become like a hobby to look up things, and yeah, because I like consuming information, and asexuality has become that specific interest at the moment. So yes, I like looking up and keeping you all informed as well. Yes. Going to wait like a minute or two. But if there is nothing else, I will bid you adieu and go sort out all the paper I have lying around the house from doing the bills. Yes, it was great chatting to you as well. I didn't really know how this was going to go. It went a lot better than I expected. And hopefully you all enjoyed it. No problem. I doubt I'll do anything like this in the future. But it was fun. So If you ever want me to do it again, then send me a message. But yes, you all have a good weekend. Or I could say, if you enjoyed this live stream, then feel free to like. I can't remember the thing. If you enjoyed this video now, no. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like. I post videos every Saturday, so if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. That's all I had to say today. Have a wonderful day, and I shall see you next time, which in fact will be in a few hours because I'm going to drop the Saturday video in bed. So, good night. Cow. End.